It's cool to get to be a part of an organization like the food bank. We have actually Donna Bay. We invited her to come here and be a part of this. So let's give her a hand. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I almost feel guilty standing here because I had most of you guys with me, so I'm so grateful. As a member of this church and also as an ambassador between PC3 and the food bank, I have to say I have never been more proud of a group of young people as I have all of you guys. You're amazing. Give yourself a hand.
Awesome. What we're gonna do is I want to ask Donna just a few questions about kind of who Donna is and why she's at the food bank. And then I'm gonna have a charge for you guys too. So, how did you end up at the food bank here?
Okay. God sent me. Really. My husband and I do construction, and during the recession, we also found ourselves with no jobs, and then we also had a contractor not pay us a very, very large sum of money. And because of that, we had to lay all our guys off, and we went from making a whole lot of money to making nothing. So I was sitting at my desk one day, just almost in tears. What are we going to do? 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 We have a house payment. We have a car payment. We have food. We need to feed our children. And something said, food bank. I'm like, food bank? And I said, okay, I guess I'm supposed to call the food bank. So I did. And guess what? They didn't call me back. So I was still sitting at my desk wondering, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And the phone rang. It was the manager of the food bank. He said, well, we don't really have any volunteers, but if you want to come over and help us out, come on. Well, I got there and I didn't leave. In fact, they had to run me out every night because I was having so much fun. I was their only volunteer. And then all of a sudden, these people started coming in and wanting to volunteer. And the food bank did not look then like it looked today when you saw it. It was a disaster zone. But through all the volunteers that we had, it has turned around to become an amazing place. And I have never been happier in all my life than when I get up every morning and go to the food bank, or when I open it on a Saturday to bring all the PC3 kids in. So that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. I'm a W.
So we heard you get the food from a bunch of different places. Who would you say? I know it probably goes to a bunch of different places, but in general, where does a lot of your food go? Who does it benefit the most?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but I'm going to tell you who our biggest donor is. Food Lion. Who would have thought, right? Food Lion's amazing. So we get food from grocery stores. We get the scratch and dent. We get anytime packages change, like Hamburger and Helper used to be yellow and white, and now the box is red. So they gave us all the yellow and white boxes. Perfectly fine product. At the end of Halloween, they get rid of all that candy people don't buy because they have to set up for Christmas. So the food bank gets everything Walmart or Food Lion gets. It's just sometimes we get hot chocolate in the summer and lemonade in the winter, or we get Halloween candy in time for Christmas, Christmas in time for Valentine's, etc. But the way we work with all this food we're given is we're under an organization called Feeding America, and they're over about 200 food banks nationwide. And what they do is, number one, they inspect us. You all saw that we're at Food Bank, our big inspection sign. We're so proud of that. And the other thing they do is they sign contracts with grocery stores like Publix, Harris Teeter, Walmart, and it says, hey, if you've got scratch and dent, produce that's not moving, cakes that people don't pick up, instead of throwing it in the dumpster or giving it to a hog farmer, give it to one of our food banks and let them see what they can save for people. And that's what we do. The produce that you guys went through today was produce that wasn't ready for the grocery store because, we always pick just the right stuff. Well, those sweet potatoes, you saw them. Some of them had holes in them. Some of them have been cut. Those greens, some of them had little flowers on the top. The turnips, well, you saw those. Some were like basketballs and some were like peas. But guess what? They're still edible. So the people that we get food to after the food bank goes through and sorts everything are partner agencies. Good Shepherd, Mother Hubbard, Salvation Army, the Y, Boys and Girls Club, church pantries, backpack programs. We've even set up some pantries inside some of the high schools. And as an organization, we take care of 34 counties in the state, but our branch takes care of 4, and they're your neighbors. They're people in New Hanover, Columbus, Pender, and Brunswick counties. So we have over 100 partner agencies who come to the branch, the same branch you were at today, and they shop there. We're like their Sam's Club. And they load it up and they take it out into the 4 counties so people don't have to come to Wilmington to get food. They can get food in their own community.
It's awesome. Another reason we wanted to bring you here was to just say thank you. Because, yeah, for real. It's really cool because we get to plan this fun, exciting weekend for you guys, and we get an opportunity to go out and make a difference and serve. But the reality is we were there for like a morning, you know, like we were there for one morning. And how long have you been at the food bank?
5 years in March.
She's been there for 5 years, helping people serve, helping different organizations, groups reach the people that live around us. So really, you serve a huge part in the vision and mission of what the church is, what our youth group strives to do, and to reach people. And we want to say thank you. And I think we have an envelope for you from us. I think Jacob has it.
Look,
Everyone look at Jacob. Stare him down.
I know what happens
Everyone
in this
look
room.
at him.
I'm afraid of envelopes.
No, it's a good envelope. We wanted you to like go to dinner and go to a movie on us and just say thank you for everything that you guys do at the food bank. So we appreciate it.
I want to tell them one more thing. I want you guys to know, and it can happen to anybody, and it could happen to you one time in your life. You never know what your circumstances are going to be or how they're going to turn. There are places for you to go and get food. If you have a neighbor or a relative that's struggling, give me a call. I mean, my 2 girls are here, Emily and Leslie, they're here. They can get you in touch with me. But there's no reason for anyone to be hungry in this great country, and especially in these 4 counties, we can get food to anybody that needs it. And you guys are amazing. And you did over 30,000 pounds of produce today. Way to go. 30,000.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yep.
Thanks.
Give her one more round of applause, Food Bank. They do awesome. Hey, real quick, something I want to kind of give you guys a charge with. When we're done, we're going to give you guys time to debrief with your small groups, okay? Just kind of about whatever project you guys were doing today and what that means with your group. But before we do that, I read this verse, these verses, and it kind of reminded me of Donna and her story a little bit. It's Hebrews 12:28 through 29. It says this: "Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful, and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire." You know, today we got to go out and serve. We got to go out and make a difference. And really what we were doing, it's part of God's kingdom. And I love the part of Donna's story is she called the food bank and said, "Hey, I just want to be a part of what's going on." And she was the first, like, volunteer there. And, like, just think about that for a second. Like, she took a step out to what she felt like God was calling her to do, to go and be a part of something that was bigger than her, like God's kingdom, to go just be a part of it. And the reality is, it started, everything that happens there with all the volunteer groups. Today, there were like 115, 110 of us there serving and volunteering our time and hours because someone went and volunteered to begin with. Donna was committed to going and doing that first. And that's kind of the end of that verse where it talks about God's consuming fire. That's what I picture, God taking this one individual. They're wanting to serve. They're wanting to be a part of something bigger than themselves and letting that fire catch throughout God's kingdom and what he's doing. So that light that was started 5 years ago when this whole journey started with you at the food bank, it was continued today through 110 of you guys that were out there serving and making a difference. And that's part of what God is doing in his kingdom. That you guys took a Saturday, you could have been doing anything. And you chose to come out and make an impact at the places where you guys live. That is awesome. And that's the vision of what we do as Christians. We go out and we reach and we make a difference because God's kingdom is so much bigger than what we have going on. Is that clear? I hope that is. I just thought it was really cool when I was reading that. So what I want you guys to do now, it's going to be very simple. You guys can go to where you normally have your small groups, okay? Leaders, you should have a debrief in your folder for service projects. They should all be similar. If you don't, I know if I was a leader, I probably would have set my folder down somewhere and forgotten where it is. That's okay. Debrief about what you guys were doing today, how you were serving, how that makes a difference, how it makes a difference for us and the people that were there that we got a chance to serve as well. Is that cool? We're not dismissing different ages or anything. You guys can stand up. Go where you guys normally go for small groups.
My shame